Good evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome to LSR Group 2. We are here at round 3 at the British Grand Prix. We've got 20 drivers, one just joined recently. And we're going to see drivers coming out for the short quali session. I believe one of the Williams has come out of the pits. That's Vacant. Vacant will be the first one to come out of the pits. So let me just set up everything here. Cool. All right. Vacant going out on track. The Williams driver has had some moments in the last 2 rounds. Round 1 unfortunate. Round 2 scoring some points in Imola. Eric too fast for you out on mediums. Mark 10. Everyone coming out on softs for this first session of qualifying. And the only session. Vacant going to be the one to set the first lap time. The first one to start a lap. This is going to be the lap time that everyone has to aim for. Going to turn 1, sticking to 7th gear. Good start. Mercedes out in front. He'll probably have to get out of the way to not impede. Tidy. Mercedes, I believe, of Racing Uncle just in front. Now Vacant will have to go through Maggots and Beckett's. Racing Uncle going into the grass to get out of the way. Vacant now going through club. Will set a 126.9. That's what everyone has to aim for now. The McLaren and then is on an outlap. That's Jawoon starting. The Red Bull of Codomatic just behind starting a lap. Racing Uncle just started a lap now. Who is on a lap at the moment? I believe Zaroske going through club now is on a lap. Hasn't invalidated just yet. Will come across the line. Used all of his ERS. He's gone 9 tenths quicker. It's a 26 dead for the Aston Martin driver. A great lap. A brilliant lap even. Eric too fast for you on Inter. Set of 132. Unsurprisingly, Mach 10 will come across the line with a 33. A slow lap for the Sauber driver. Adam sets a 130. Dot 1. The other Haas driver of Tristan is going to come across the line and will go fastest with a 25.6. He's gone 4 tenths quicker. It's an amazing lap for the Haas driver. Codomatic has invalidated his lap. One of the Williams will be crossing the line. Vacant goes into the pits. Never mind. Jeroen Jamie has invalidated his lap. He won't be setting anything at the moment. Viperize looks to be finishing. Viperize. We want to get a good banker down. Comes across the line, used all of his deployments with a 27.4. Goes P5. Seyo will come across the line now in the Sauber and will set at 27.999. It's 6th place. Mach 10 crosses the line with a 26.9. That promotes him into 5th. And, okay, so Hussein is on an outlap. Jeroen got Kodamatic. Kodamatic's in Sector 2 at the moment. Benchwarmer's just started a lap time. Hussein just behind, crossing the line to start his lap as well. So let's focus on Jeroen, who qualified P2 in Imola last race, but fell down the pack in the first few laps of that Grand Prix. He will not want to replicate what happened last round, but he definitely wants to replicate that qualifying performance. The Red Bull getting out of the way. Jeroen Jamie coming in towards Club. Using deployment on the exit. We'll come across the line now. And what will the lap time be? It'll be a 26.9. Not a bad lap at all. Goes just ahead of Vacant. 4th place for the McLaren. Mach 10 will be coming into the pits. Yep. Benchwarmer on the lap. Doesn't have that much ERS left to use in these final series of corners. But he will go through Club now, straightening the car up, and will cross the line to go P7 with 27.3. Hussein Kuzi has gone off track on his lap. Something's happened to Hussein. Kobe, I didn't realize Kobe went 4th. I did not see that. I missed that entirely. And Anthony OK comes across the line with a 26.7, goes into 5th place. Kendricks goes into 7th, now 8th, as Alex comes across the line with 3rd place for Ferrari. Last week's race winner going into 3rd with 26.3. But no one, and I repeat, no one has gotten close to the Haas in 1st. Tristan has put an amazing lap to put his car on provisional pole. Seyo, who just pipped under the 28 into the 27s, will be completing this lap. Is the next car to come across the line. Will not be coming across the line. Lovely races at Imola. Is it? Did I say Imola? Does it say Imola? Oh god, I'm gonna have like a crisis. No, it's not. It doesn't say Imola. It's fine. It was. Oh yeah, the race at Imola was okay. Right. Okay. So who will come across the line next? The Alpine hasn't set a lap time yet. Strakosaur. Racing Uncle has also not set a lap time, but he's going into Maggots of Beckett now. Strakosaur will be wanting to put a decent lap time onto the board. Going into Club. Soaring at the steering wheel slightly. Has a bit of understeer. Comes across the line now. It's 13th with a 27.8. Racing Uncle has a few cars in front of him and had to overtake the slow moving cars and will now come across the line now. What will this lap time be? It's a 26.5 for the Mercedes driver. It's a brilliant lap time for him. It puts him into 4th. Who else is on the lap at the moment? We have Lethal Pete out on an outlap. Is that the Williams or Vacant who is going into the Sector 1 split? Does improve slightly. Fastest, according to the game. Maybe it wasn't the fastest. I don't know. This game is kind of weird sometimes. Let me see. Is there anyone else who is going to complete a lap very soon? Not Codomatic. Okay, let's focus on Vacants then. Was the first one to set a representative lap time in the early stages of qualifying. Has gone 2 and up, almost 3 times faster. That would put him around 5th and 6th if he completes this lap time. Further improvements in Sector 3 could put him into 4th place. We now use ERS on the exit and goes into 5th, 4 times faster than his previous best. It's a 26.5. Codomatic now hasn't set a lap time yet in qualifying. In the Red Bull, would want to have a decent lap. It's a 12th place with a 27 dead. Lethal Pete, the other driver to not set a qualifying lap just yet, will come across the line now, and he will set a 26.8, a decent lap for the Ferrari. Goes into 9th in the top 10. Let's see, who else is on the lap at the moment? Let's go Mach 10, Codomatic. Okay, that's just set a lap time. Eric, too fast for you. Went out on the inters in the early stages, but has now finally got out on the soft compound tyres. And now will be setting a lap, and it's the 27 dead. It's 14th place at the moment. Just a few hundredths away from Codomatic's lap. Right, Strakersaw is in the pits. Kendricks has just started a lap time, as well as Avenue. Okay, Alex has just started a lap as well. Tristan, who set a lap time. Cove, I keep missing Cove. He's gone into 2nd with a 25.8. I don't know how I keep missing this guy. He's the only driver that's getting closer to Tristan's lap time. Avoids the TV cameras. Honestly. That's my fault, honestly. Anyway. I think I just saw an improvement. That was Mach 10 going into 10th place. But this was last week's race winner. Alex in the Ferrari has gotten almost 2 times quicker. That isn't enough to beat Zarowski at the moment, who is in 3rd with 26 dead. But further improvements in Sector 3 could... Nope, he goes straight into the pits. Never mind. Tristan is slow. Adam has just started a lap. Mach 10 just set a lap. Kendricks will now come across the line. Its improvements at 26.7 puts him into 9th place at the moment. Sayo will be the next one to cross the line, and it's his improvement, 7/10 improvement, puts him to 15th. Who's on the lap? Vaporized is currently doing a lap. Who's that? Aston Martin. Both are doing out laps at the moment. Say nope, it's Martin. Everyone has completed their laps. There's no one to look at. How many minutes are there in qualifying? Alright, okay, 3 minutes left of qualifying. Everyone will now be waiting until as long as they can to go on track and have the best track conditions possible. But so far, it's Tristan who's actually doing a lap at the moment. Gone fastest with his first lap time with a 25.6. As a first lap time, that was impressive. But could he go faster? Now going through Maggots and Beckett's. Is it an improvement? It's a very, very slight improvement, 9 thousandths of a second. If he completes this lap time, he won't be able to do another one, and I really do doubt it. He's invalidated and will go into the pits. Never mind, all good. Right, Zoroske is on the lap. The closest contender has had good qualifyings in the last 2 rounds. Last time out in Imola, he wasn't able to set a final lap in qualifying, having a moment with the rear at the exit of Toza, I believe. So he would want to get a good lap time in the final moments. He's gone almost 3.5 tenths faster. That could put him into second, will put him to second, but just needs a little more in the final sector. And we'll have a decent exit out. He'll come across the line now, and it's a 25.5. It's a 4.5 tenth improvement. He's gone into provisional pole position. Can anyone else challenge that? That is a very good lap time for the Aston. Vivarize has retired from the session. He doesn't want to do another lap. So, there are other drivers out on track at the moment. I need to find who's going to cross the line next. Kobe is on an outlap at the moment. Vokes, the only driver now to not set any sort of lap time. We'll look forward to try to get into the higher places. Ooh, has a little bit of a moment. We'll come across the line now, and it will be a 27.6. It's 18th. The McLaren of Avnioke or Jeroen is currently on the... Jeroen is starting a lap. The Williams of Strekosor will come across the line and will set a lap time of 27.3. It's only 17th. Racing Uncle is on an outlap, starting a lap now, as well as what's about Lethal Pete, kind of going through Maggots and Beckett's. Everyone is setting their lap times at the moment. Adam will not be going out on track again. He's retired in 7th. Okay. Lethal Pete will be the next one to set his final lap. Comes across the line now. And it's a 26. He doesn't improve. It's a 26.8. And he stays in 10th. Right. Eric Too Fast For You has invalidated. Jeroen Jamie has invalidated now. Will not be improving from his 12th place. The man who qualified 2nd last time out at Imola will not be in the top 10. And crashes into the wall because of that. And let's see. Okay, yeah, that's Codomatic, I believe, is next. Has invalidated. No one wants to set a lap time as Red Bull goes flying over the curbs. There's no other way to describe it. Strekosor is not on the lap. Racing Uncle has spun. We'll have to get out of the way of the drivers who are setting lap times. And everyone is crossing the line, but I don't see any improvements. Vacant is improving. Avenue OK goes into 5th place. A good lap for the McLaren. Vacant will come across the line now, and it will be an improvement. And it's 4th place for Williams. Zoroske saying in the chat that that was a miracle lap. He just set his own personal best, and that was a brilliant lap. A 25.5 is not easy to get, and he's gotten ahead of Tristan, Kobe, Vacant, Alex, Avenue OK, Racing Uncle, Adam, McTen, Kendricks, Lethal Pete, Jeroen Jamie, Hussein, Kuzi, Codomatic, Benchwarmer, Eric Too Fast For You, Seyo, Strekosor, Viperize, Bokes. That's your grid. So, what can Zoroske do from pole position? What can Tristan do? The person who won the first race of the season at the Belgian Grand Prix in LSR do. Who wasn't, and Kobe, who also qualified decently well in the first round, didn't turn up for the second round. Had an incident with Vacant, who lines up 4th actually. These two collided together on the X Level Source in the first round of the season, both ruining their races. Alex in P5 won last time out. Anthony OK has a decent qualifying position, will want to finish in the points. Racing Uncle in the Mercedes, Adam in the Haas, Mac 10 in 9th in the Sauber, Kendricks in 10th, who has had good performances in the race. Hasn't had amazing qualifying performances, mind you. Did get a podium in Belgium, lining up what was, I believe, 14th on the grid. And then in Imola, finishing like P5 or something like that. But still just lower down in qualifying. Doesn't have the qualifying pace, but definitely has the race pace to make up for that. Jeroen Jamie, Lethal Pete, I mean, in 11th, Jeroen Jamie will want to improve on this qualifying position. Doesn't like being this low. Hussein, Konomatic, Benchwarmer, Eric Too Fast For You, Seyo, Strikosol, Viperize, Bokes. Right. So, a 2-minute break just started as we loaded into the session. This allows people to get their fuel, tyres, strategy, and setup changes for the race. So, we're currently waiting for that to happen. Let me just see what's happened. Has anything happened? I'm just looking at Discord in case someone's shouting at me. It's all good. No, don't worry. So, nonetheless, we wait out. I'm good. Like, drink some water just before the race starts. Don't mind me. This is the moment to do so. All right. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Okay. So everyone now will go on the formation lap, and let's see what tires everyone is starting on. So, everyone in the top 10, except for Mac 10, is starting on the medium compound tyre. Mac 10 starting on the hards. Lethal Pete in 11th starting on mediums. Jeroen Jamie starting on the hards. Hussein has somehow disqualified himself into the formation lap, and with no one else. That's interesting. Codomatic in 14th. Mediums, Benchwarmer, and Eric Too Fast for your mediums. Seyo, Strixor, and Bokes all starting on softs. An inspired choice. We'll want to. It's definitely an interesting choice around Silverstone, but we'll see how it works out for them. Viperize in 19th, who was leading the first round of the season for a few moments. In 19th now, starting on the medium compound tyres. Zoroske should be promoted into G1. Well, considering his pace in qualifying and in the races for the last few rounds, there is an argument for that. But now he leads the line in G2. Jeroen Jamie and Mark 10 in 9th and 12th. On the hard compound tyres, the only two drivers on the hard compound tyres will be looking to go a bit long here. Could potentially work out for them if the cards are played right. Everyone weaving on the hanger straight, I believe. And now we'll be going into club to line up towards the grid. Zoroske, who hasn't won yet this season, had the pace to do so for multiple rounds, will line up in first. Tristan, who has won a race, lines up second. Cove will line up in the grid position of third. Vacant in fourth. Alex in fifth. Anthony OK will line up in 6th. Racing Uncle in 7th. Adam in 8th. Mac 10 in 9th. Kendricks in 10th. And that's your top 10. We'll focus onto the lights as the final drivers have lined up. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights. And we get underway here at LSR Group 2 Round 3. Tristan gets a little bit slidey on the start, and that allows Kobe and Vacant to go through on the first lap. Not a good start for the Haas driver at all, who has had the terrible start. Goes side by side with Vacant, and Tristan will go down the inside on the Williams driver. Alex will try to take advantage of these two battling. Tristan going side by side, pushes Vacant off into the runoff areas as Tristan and Vacant go side by side, and Tristan will hang onto the inside. Vacant goes a bit wide, and that will allow Alex to go around the outside of Luffield. We'll have to have a good exit to maintain this position, and Vacant and Alex are both side by side, and will go into co-op side by side potentially, as Vacant allows Alex through. But that puts Racing Uncle right behind Vacant. Vacant losing multiple positions here as Adam is side by side through Megan to Megan. That Racing Uncle goes wide, cutting the whole section of track to maintain his position. But I don't know if that was allowed. Adam getting past again. Racing Uncle potentially just letting him by slightly. Kendricks in 8th having a decent start. And Zaroski maintains after the first lap in the lead. Tristan going down the inside, and he's spun. He's made contact with Kobe, and it's not a good start for Tristan, spinning out, and it's not looking good. DRS is now enabled as Zaroski unsurprisingly sets the fastest lap of the session on the first lap, and the person who qualified second is now down in 12th, 10 places down. Had a terrible start, has an equally terrible first lap, and now down in the lower points places, not in the points places. Adam in 5th place. Cars trying to get out of the slipstream and DRS. Trying to get into the slipstream but getting out of DRS. I don't know what I was saying anymore. Adam is getting closer in towards Vacant in 5th. Kendricks actually it's surprisingly close as Tristan finally makes a move on Benchwarmer to go into 11th. Tristan now looking for a recovery drive as Kodamatic gets ahead of Benchwarmer as well, just before Maggots and Beckett. But Adam with DRS against Vacant, who doesn't have DRS, will be closing in. Will not be going for the overtake this lap. Viperize ahead of Sayu, ahead of Viperize, and Lethal Pete and Benchwarmer are going side by side, and Benchwarmer has lost around 3 positions in just over a sector. Zaroski, Alex now starting the 3rd lap. Kobe in 2nd place, has improved on his position in qualifying, now in 2nd, hunting down the Aston of Alex. But Adam right behind Vacant, which importantly, oh, something's happened to Kobe. He's gone down a place. A mistake out of the exit going into the Wellington Straits. Kobe has lost here. Adam has gained a position in 4th against Vacant, who doesn't fight that at all actually. Tristan. Oh, Jesus. What did I just do? Oh, contact! Tristan and Jerome Jamie completely botched that. They both go off, and it's gone from bad to worse for the person who lined up 2nd. The person who, for the majority of the qualifying session, was on pole, provisional pole, and now is in plumb last, way behind the pack. And miracle work will have to happen if Tristan wants to get back into the points again. But we'll focus back into 16th, where Mac 10 has just overtaken Hussein, and Sayo will try to do the same. Hussein not really fighting into club. And will both Saubers get past the Red Bull with 2 corners? Let's focus back on the battle for the lead. Alex is now within DRS range, going into Wellington Straight. Not too far away to try and make a move on this lap, and which he doesn't. The other drivers on this straight will be looking for a move. No, not particularly just yet. Let's go into 11th, 10th, and 9th, where Kodamatic is getting close to Strakosaur, who started on soft compound tyres. Strakosaur has had an amazing start here on the soft compound tyres, which is what you need, because these tyres will not last forever. Because Kodamatic and Lethal Pete will now be fighting. Benchwarmer has got a 3-second time penalty. Kodamatic basically pushing Strakosaur into Maggots and Beckett. Strakosaur not having DRS in front is 4.3 seconds off Avenue K. It's going to be an easy move for the Red Bull. And could the Ferrari overtake on the same straight? Red Bull will be going down the inside now. Strakosaur hangs around the outside, keeps the place, importantly, going into the club section. And Kodamatic will be looking to go down the inside, brakes slightly earlier than the Alpine. And he will have to wait for the next DRS straight to make an overtake. Lethal Pete is right behind here. A train is starting to form behind the Alpine, because these tyres that the Alpine has... Oh, Strakosaur goes wide. Kodamatic will need to have a good exit here to have a good overtake going into Wellington. Kodamatic opening DRS has got enough ERS to work with. Doesn't... I was looking at Lethal Pete, but still, Kodamatic will want to dispatch this driver. Jeroen Jamie has retired in the pits after that contact with Tristan. Not ideal at all in the slightest. Kodamatic. Let's focus back on the battle for the lead as they're on the DRS straight. And Alex maintaining the gap. Not fighting Zoroske. Adam behind Code. But let's focus back on Kodamatic, who doesn't get the move done. Oh, but takes the inside line and will go side by side into the club section. And the Red Bull will go round the outside for a wonderful move. It's a brilliant move for the Red Bull driver. And now we'll have to pull away for the Alpine as quickly as he possibly can, because the DRS activation zone is right here, as Tristan overtakes Boaks and Hussein in the pit lane. Lethal Pete is right behind. Oh, jeez. The Alpine, but will not get the overtake done. You can tell how much more grip the Ferrari has compared to the Alpine at the moment. The tyres are not looking good on the blue and pink car at all. Let's go to Alex, who is the closest he has been so far in this race for taking the lead. And Alex will go not down the inside, tucks back in behind the Aston, as Racing Uncle gets ahead of Kendricks, using the DRS help to overtake, and as Lethal Pete goes down the inside at the same corner, with Strakosaur going straight into the pits after losing 2 places in 2 laps. Let's focus back on the battle for the lead, because the Ferrari is hunting down for this place, overtaking with ERS Swarovski trying to get out of the slipstream. Has the place for now. But what will the Ferrari do as Eric Too Fast Wee gets a time penalty? What will the Ferrari do to take this away from the Aston? This has been the closest the Ferrari has been. Yellow flags in Sector 1. That's the Red Bull of Hussein. Alex deploys the DRS, but isn't gaining too much towards the Aston at all. As Mach 10 overtakes Eric Too Fast Wee and Magnus and Beckett, but Eric Too Fast Wee will have the better exit, and these two will be side by side. Mach 10 does have the DRS compared to Eric, and Mach 10 will keep that place. Mach 10 going for the audacious moves into the Magnus and Beckett section. You don't see an overtake normally there, as a gaggle of cars now pitch, Benchwarmer, Eric Too Fast Wee and Viperize all come into the pits relatively early actually on the medium compound tyres. The medium compound tyres do last a bit longer than 7 or 6 laps. Swarovski maintaining his first place at the moment, but Kobe and Adam have joined in the fight. Kobe going a little bit wide, but still not in the DRS range anymore. Was in the DRS range at some point, but has lost out. Adam now being the beneficiary of all of that. Yellow flags in Sector 2, and that's Hussein Kuzi on the hard compound tyres on the Exo Magnus and Beckett's having a yellow flag, so, which is where Swarovski and both Alex and Kobe and Adam are currently going towards. Alex, 2 temps, 2.5 temps behind. Will want to get the move done now. Alex will be going down the inside, and it's a good move, but Swarovski will hang around the outside. Hussein gets a 10-second time penalty for speed in the pit lane. Swarovski overtakes, maintains the position, and side by side into club. Alex will be looking to get a better exit out of this final corner, which he does. And it's gearbox to front wing for these two leading drivers, as Alex's beast now will be looking to try and get a move at some point on this lap. Waits behind for these series of hairpins to get a good launch with the DRS. Has the DRS to overtake. Swarovski going straight down the inside and back onto the outside again to defend, get out of the slipstream. Alex will now have to wait for the hanger straight to get the overtake done again. Thought he had it, but Swarovski maintained his lead. And Alex has been maintaining this gap for multiple laps, and now just wants the place done. Alex will open up the DRS now, and will now stick behind Adam, behind Kobe. This is the fight for the podium as well. We'll want to do that, as Kobe will now be coming into the pits. It's an early pit stop, and he gets a 10-second time penalty in the pit lane. The pit lane speed limit is 37 miles per hour here, and he's just gone over that. The person who had 3rd position in the bag so far has got a 10-second time penalty, and that will demote him for quite the number of places. Unfortunate for the V-Carb. Alex, the battle for the lead still raging on. I've gotten... What's happened here? No, nothing. Okay. Sorry. This is the closest battle on track. Actually, never mind, because 15th place is currently having a battle, but we've got to maintain and focus on the battle for the lead. Because Alex is just 4 attempts away from Zoroske. Now that Kobe... Well, Kobe tried to go for the undercut, but now because he has a 10-second time penalty, Zoroske and Alex won't have to worry about that threat anymore. But will they come into the pits now? Zoroske doesn't come into the pits. Alex doesn't come into the pits. Adam doesn't come into the pits. Racing Uncle fighting with Vacant right now. Vacant has had a... I don't know if that was an overtake or not, but now Avenue OK and the McLaren comes into the pits. Racing Uncle in 4th. A much better performance than last time out in Imola. Racing Uncle finishing behind the main points places, but now in a comfortable 4th as he's pulling away from Vacant now. Everyone coming to the pits. Tristan has come into the pits, the second qualified second. So Alex, last week's race winner, behind Zoroske, who... Oh, Alex goes wide. Not ideal. Zoroske has had the pace to win multiple times. Hasn't. 3rd time's a charm for the Aston. He'll want to make it. Will both drivers pit this lap? Zoroske and Alex both come into the pits at the same time. So does Adam. All 3 going into the pits. Racing Uncle will also be going to the pits as Vacant does as well. Lethal Pete as Kobe, who maintains that 10-second time penalty. Vacant gets a 10-second time penalty. So easy to do around here. The Williams driver will be livid with himself for making that mistake. Lethal Pete into the pits. Kobe will come out in first. The undercut working magnificently to put him into first place, but that won't matter with the 10-second time penalty. Incredibly unfortunate. Zoroske behind Mac 10. Mac 10 who started on hards, one out of the 2 drivers who started on hards this race. Zoroske will want to dispatch the Sauber as quickly as possible, which he does. Adam is very close to the Ferrari, both coming out of the pits at the same time. Adam seeming to have the shorter stop because he's very far away from Zoroske. Oh, Alex had a slow stop because Alex is 2.5 seconds, behind Zoroske, and now is under threat from the Haas. Will Adam be looking to go for a move here? Alex does not have DRS. No. Avenue OK is right behind Vacant. Vacant's having a 10-second time penalty because he's sped in the pit lane. Both having DRS. Avenue OK looks but won't be able to even get side by side with the Williams. Vacant. Oh! There's a... Oh, back 10 goes into the pits. Fair enough. Right. Adam, 4 attempts away from the Ferrari. Adam, who qualified decently well and is now fighting for the podium. Probably wasn't on his radar today, but he's definitely making this opportunity count. Because Kobe has a 10-second time penalty, and Kendricks is around 3.5 seconds away at the moment. Adam, going into cops. Getting ever so closer. Oh, yellow flag, vacant, retires from the session, and it's a safety car. The Williams has retired on the exit of cops. What has happened to the Williams driver? Oh dear. We can't even see the Williams. He's retired. Lethal Pete has a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. Cobe goes straight into the pits to serve this 10-second time penalty, trying to not lose as much time as possible. Kendricks also comes to the pits, surprisingly, to get off of these hard compound tyres. Zorosco and Alex and Adam all stay out as they just pitted 2 laps previously. Everyone else is coming to the pits, however. There is a long line of cars who are currently pitting, all the way from Kendricks down to as Viprise gets a 10-second time penalty for a severe collision with a Sauber of Seyo. Something has happened there. As Mac 10 gets a 10-second time penalty for speeding into the pit lane. Everyone's getting 10-second time penalties. Mac 10 is retired from the session. Doesn't want any business in this race anymore. And a lot of stuff has happened because of this safety car. Kendricks, Cobe, Avenue OK all coming out on medium compound tyres. Benchwarmer on the hards. Strake Source, Seyo, Viperizer, XC Plus 3, Boaks coming out on mediums. Codomatic on the hard compound tyres coming out as well. What has happened? A spanner has been thrown in this race. Kendricks, Cobe, Avenue OK will be looking to go to the end now on these medium compound tyres. They have maybe 9 to 10 laps of racing once the safety car goes in, and that is enough laps to go to the end on mediums. But the top 6 on the hard compound tyres stay out. It's now the battle between tyre difference and track position. 2 basically different disciplines on 2 different compounds. This is going to be exciting because what will go on for these final 10-9 laps? Viperize gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, cutting a corner somewhere as Kendricks... Okay, there was a swap place between Kendricks and Cobe. Nonetheless, everything now calms down. And I'm going to go vacant. Says my wheels shut off in the middle of cops. That is so unfortunate. I was wondering what happened. But vacant having reliability issues retires from the Group 2 race. Pete says he is toast because he has stayed out on hards, has got a time penalty, and will be the first car to interact with the medium runners of Kendricks, Cobe and Avney. Reliability issues. There's no other way to describe it. It's incredibly unfortunate for Vacant, who has had a decent race so far. But none, all for naught, unfortunately. So, top 6 on 1 set of tyres. From 7th to 15th, bar 1, the rest on mediums. Will this just be a swarm in the early safety car? When the safety car comes in, will be in the early laps. Will it just be a swarm of medium tyres trying to overtake these hard compound tyres runners as fast as possible? Because the difference is paramount. Well, I'm going to go and just take a break for a second because the safety car is not going to go in until for another lap. I'll be back. Don't go missing. We are back, and the safety car comes towards the final sector 2 split, I mean, and we'll announce that it will be in this lap. Zoroske is now the de facto safety car as everyone lines up, weaving on the Wellington straight, not the Wellington, the Hangar straight. And Alex will be... Oh, Zoroske has gone. He's gone very early, and that's put Alex off, as there's now a massive gap in between the two cars. Zoroske leads, comes across the line to start the green flag. Alex in second, Adam in third, Racing Uncle in fourth. There's a huge gap between Adam and Alex. Zoroske maintains his lead, but how long? The DRS hasn't been activated just yet. Will want to pull away, but Alex is just not letting, because he is right behind now. No DRS for the first lap, but he's getting surprisingly very, very close. As Kendricks, let's focus on the medium compound tyre runners, because these guys have such a delta difference between the two drivers, because Kendricks is now going down the inside of Luffield. Will have to get a better exit. Doesn't. And Tristan in 6th place will go into Cops, leading ahead of the Alpine, but it's only a matter of time. Kendrick's going out wide as Avenue OK goes side by side and leads, and Avenue OK has been spun round. Avenue OK is now on the runoff of Maggots. Not good from the McLaren. Both cars trying to go side by side, but two sometimes doesn't go into one in that section. Incredibly unfortunate for the McLaren. But now one lap has been completed. Kendricks, as Lethal Pete goes into the pits, Kendricks, who's had amazing qualifying performances, not amazing qualifying performances, but amazing race performances, leads the medium compound tyre runners. Kobe pushing the Alpine. Kobe will be try and go down the inside, and will go down the inside, and side by side both make contact. Tristan has the inside again, but Kobe will have the better exit. Kobe has the DRS, but Tristan also does. Not Tristan, Kendricks also does. As Kendricks goes out into the runoff area, into the grass, and that allows the other Alpine of Strakosaur to catch up, and Kobe goes up into 6th. Ahead of Kendricks. A crazy start after the safety car. And Kobe now looks ahead to the Haas. Tristan has had a decent recovery drive after a terrible start and a terrible first lap. Plum last at one point. Alex now has the DRS in his arsenal. Is going down the inside. Zoroske will try to go side by side and is still ahead of the Ferrari. An amazing defensive work, but Alex will go not down the inside, tucks behind the Aston. There was a little look for a move in the club section, but Alex will have to wait again. 7 more laps, not including this one, ready to go. Alex, Wellington straight, DRS. Zoroske does his defensive move, the one he's done basically all race when Alex has been in the DRS. These 5 cars in the hard compound tyres still have to look behind their rear mirrors for the mediums, but Zoroske maintains the lead. Alex 1-2 tenths behind, going to Maggots and Beckett's. Alex Opens up the DRS, gets a little bit squirrely on the exit. Benchwarmer gets overtakes Sayo, but Alex will now look to go round the outside of Zorosuke, and he does. So close between the two cars, but he finally switches. Zorosuke will go down the inside to maintain, try to keep his place, but Alex stays ahead of the Aston Martin. A brilliant move round the outside. Leave a week getting 3-second time penalty. And Alex switching from the inside to the outside. I just got missing in the session. Something has happened. Oh dear. Yeah, no, I got kicked. Who's in the lobby? Who's still in the lobby? Can I get an invite back, please? Why does this happen? Why does this happen? I'm having reliability connection issues. Right. I'm gonna black screen this because vacant. Can I get an invite back? I'm gonna have to ask vacant. Right. Vacant. Can I get an invite, please? This is not God's plan. Disconnect. Thank you, EA. Dear. Right. Not ideal in the slightest. Sorry, guys. Okay, vacant has seen. Now just trying to refresh to get back in as fast as possible. Luckily, we got the moment where Zorosuke got overtaken by Alex. Thank you, vacant. Right. Alright, give just 1 minute and we'll be straight back in. Spectate. Good. Right. Alright. Thank you, vacant. Thanks. Right. Let's open back. Let's open back the floodgates. Right. We're back. A minor setback, but 1 hour into the live stream. All good. Right. We're back in. Okay. Zorosuke has gone ahead of Alex in the midst of all of that. Has anything changed? Kobe's ahead of Kendricks. Tristan has lost places. Zorosuke going for the defensive move once again. Lethal Pete retired from the session. We are back. We are back. Alex got overtaken again. Don't know how it happened, but it's happened. Alex 5 turns away from the Aston. Need an invite, Codomatic? Alright, okay. Invites. Friends. Do I have Codomatic added? Unless vacant. Vacant? You're still in the lobby, right? Right, I've got to focus on this. I believe Codomatic, I think vacant's still in the lobby, so you can ask for an invite from him. Alex. 3-4 attempts away. It's weird that you can't add a friend mid-race, yeah. Who do I need to add for invite? Vacant. Vacant. As Eric Too Fast For You has lost out because he's in the gravel and he spun around. Eric Too Fast For You getting 10-second time penalty for exceeding track limits, but I don't think that's his fault because he's going rallying. There's no other way to describe it. And he's drifting and just sliding. You can see the tire tracks in the start on the Hamilton straights because the Williams not having a fun day out there. Depends on your definition of fun, of course, but he's lost his front wing. Let's focus back onto the battle for the lead. Because Alex, once again, who led for a moment, lost it again. 4 laps remaining. Is playing the waiting game here. Doesn't want to overtake too early. Because this will come down to the final laps of the race. 4 cars. Zoroske, Alex, Adam and Racing Uncle have now formed a train. The medium compound runners not impacting this battle how I thought they would. As there's the caution in sector 2, and that's Eric too fast for you because, well, there's no other way to describe it. He's lost his front wing. As Alex deploys the DRS, Viperise gets a 10-second time penalty as you're speeding into the pit lane, but is retired from the session from 13th. Too far away from the points places. Eric too fast for you, probably retiring from the session as well. Both cars retiring on the same lap. As Alex 2, 3 attempts away. 2.5 laps to go. This will be a close battle to the end. Alex won last week. Zoroske hasn't won this season. Zoroske is desperate to get a win at round 3. Has had the pace to do so this season, but never able to convert. Could do so today. Second to last lap starts now. And when will Alex plunge his spear into the shield? Because Codematic finally joins. Alex opening DRS into the Wellington Straight. Zoroske doing what is practically now a signature defensive move because he's done that every single lap. Tristan going side by side with Kendricks. Tristan on 14 lap old Haas is going side by side on the exit of Lovefield. And they'll still be, there won't be anymore. Kendricks gets overtaken by Tristan, who qualified second, was last place at the end of the first lap. But Alex deploys DRS, deploys overtake, because the corners are counting down. Zoroske, who has been leading the majority of this race, bar a few laps, will now come across the line to start the last one. Alex did not want that at all. He's gone out of shape at the last corner, and now will have to desperately gain back the lap time if he wants any chance of winning. Zoroske has gapped 7 attempts. This has been the furthest between these two basically all race. No change of positions at all. Alex, who has been fighting this entire race to get the win. There's only one more opportunity after Maggots and Beckett's. We'll now have to deploy the DRS. This is the only move he can do, as Zoroske will go for the defensive line. Alex will have to go round the outside to make the overtake, but is not able to. And the final place they can ever do is down the inside, but Alex maintains second place, doesn't go for a move. And that means, for the first time this season, Zoroske will take the win by 40 thousandths of a second ahead of the Ferrari of Alex. Adam in third, Racing Uncle in fourth, Kobe in fifth, Tristan in sixth, Kendricks finishing seventh, Strakosaur in eighth, Sayo in ninth, Benchwarmer in 10th, Boaks in 11th, Benchwarmer, actually Boaks being promoted into the points places in 10th, Benchwarmer down in 11th, Codematic finishing 12th, Avenue OK will be the last one to cross the line in 13th, but look at the gap between Zoroske and Alex. 40 thousandths, 43 thousandths of a second. Not close, very close between the two drivers. But Zoroske gets his first win of the season. And it's a well-deserved win, as Avenue OK crosses the line in 13th. Zoroske starting first with what he said was a miracle lap in qualifying. Finishes in first place. Zoroske maintains the grid position. He qualified, starts first, finishes first. Alex, who started fifth, finishes second. A good race from the Ferrari, as well as Adam, who started eighth, finishes in the podium. Racing Uncle in fourth, Kobe in fifth. What could have been if he didn't get that 10-second time penalty? Tristan, what could have been if he didn't, well, after the first lap, was basically last. Kendricks in 7th, Strakosaur in 8th, Sayo in 9th, and Boaks in 10th are your points finishing places. Benchwarmer in 11th, Codematic in 12th, Avenue OK in 13th. Thank you for watching today's race. A minor setback in the middle, but we got to watch an amazing finish, an amazing race altogether. And I'll see you all next week.